So one of the most alarming scriptures in the Bible for me is that God says that we can say we love him with our mouths, but our hearts still be far from him. He says, you praise me with your words, but you never think about me. And when I think about that scripture, I tend to think about my relationship with my wife. By the grace of God, we just had our 14th year wedding anniversary a couple weeks ago. But throughout the duration of our relationship, there have been so many times where we felt distant, where both of us felt like giving up, where one of us felt like giving up. Because there's so many of us that tell each other that we love one another. It's so many of us that talk about how good God is. But a lot of times those are just empty, idle words until that love is actually tested. And so what I wanted to say is that through all of the hardships, the difficulties, the trials and tribulations that we've personally had within our marriage, the greatest lesson that God has taught me as a man, as a husband, as a leader, is that our love could never work until I become more selfless. Too often times within relationships, we're thinking about what that other person has to offer us. And then in our own selfishness, when we don't get our way or when we don't get what we want from them, then we tend to feel like they don't really love us. And so when God tells us that we don't really love him, it's because we're not really thinking about him. We're not thinking about what we have to offer him. We're thinking about what he can give to us. And I can promise you that this always ruins relationship. Because loving with expectations and conditions is not real love. It's selfishness. So I pray that you just think about that. I love you from here to heaven.